All right, this is going to be a quick one. So we just endured 7 consecutive losses today. Obviously, it does happen, but it shouldn't happen too often. And in my case, over the span of 25 trades here, it happened a little too fast for me to like it. So it required me to look into it a little bit deeper. And I did. And I found some interesting things, pretty obvious things in my opinion, but maybe for some of you guys that are completely new to it, it'll help you guys out a little bit to some degree. But firstly, I'm going to talk about the 3 trades that we exited today. So we took no trades today. If we look at the chat here, there was no good setup on last week on Friday, and there was no good setup today. And today I was a little more cautious, especially because, well, we just endured 7 losses. So when you experience something like this, you really want to slow down your trading, focus mainly on the technical aspect, which in my case, that is the problem. But in your case, it probably could be your risk management. It could be something else entirely. But in my opinion, in this case right here, it just had to do with my technical analysis. So I'm not analyzing so I'm going to get into it right now deeper. It'll be short, quick for you guys. But that's exactly what I'm going through right now. But all things considered, we are still in the green, just barely, slightly in the green. So we're up like 1% roughly, especially if we consider the fees here that we pay when we enter and exit the trades. We're probably looking at around $20, all trades considered. So minus $20, we're probably looking at around $50 in profit for 1 month. That is definitely not a good thing at all. So I think we peaked like around 8% at some point, probably around right here. All these trades right here that you're looking at the screen, we're probably around up 8%. But obviously with these losses, we're right back down to just 1% in profit. So I'm not going to give up on this strategy. I'm still going to work on it. This is probably the 2.0 version. So I have been updating this strategy ever since I started, probably like 6 months ago. And this is where we're at so far. So I do have the strategy here on my Discord. Feel free to take it for all you beginners out there that are looking to get some form of an edge. This, in my opinion, is a really good foundation for you. Obviously, it is not a finished product. It does need to be worked on. So I advise that you proceed with caution, gather data with these trades, and trade at your own risk. Trading is a risky business. You will likely lose money. In my case, we're just slightly in the green. Past performances do not guarantee future results. I think that's how it is. Whatever the case may be, let's look at the technicals here and see what exactly is going on here. I'm going to look at the stocks that we exited out of today, which is Honest. We entered on this green aggressive candle here. Next day, we pretty much did nothing. And then today, on Monday today, gapped down against us, and it just took us out automatically at the open. The first 5 minutes of the day, exited out of the position. And typically, when a stock gaps against you, you have 2 options. You can either just exit as soon as the market opens, or you could wait a little bit and hope that the price comes up in your favor, and you just exit at the original position or at the original stop loss, which in my case is where this blue line was. Again, the market open, I had my limit out order, but I guess it just got triggered. And I don't mind, to be honest with you guys, since I don't think I would even risk waiting it out and seeing if the price, because at that point it's just a big if the price even comes back in our direction and takes us out at our original stop loss. So I don't want to risk that, and I'm not going to do it as soon as the stock gaps against us. I'm just going to take my loss as soon as the market opens. Now, with that being said, in the future, if there is data that suggests that it shouldn't do that, then I'll gladly change it. But as of right now, I'm just too in the beginning phases of the strategy to just kind of ignore this to some degree, or just have a simple rule of just exiting as soon as the market opens. So that's how I'm handling these gaps right here as of right now. Not a massive gap. It just gapped up a little bit or gapped down a little bit. But that's how we took that trade or that loss on Honest. LRMR, aggressive candle that we entered. The next following days pretty much just did nothing, and today just gapped down a little bit, and then it just took us out pretty much similar to the Honest trade here. So next one, UP, which is a profit that we took. So we exited out of 3. One of them was a profit, 2 of them were losses. We've been trailing this one for a couple of days now, moving up our stop losses as the price came in our favor, and today it just happened to be the day that the price eventually just cracked and it just took us out at this blue line. So that's fine, did everything good with that trade. So what's the problem? Why did I endure 7 consecutive losses? And in my opinion, it just boils down to my technical analysis. If we take a look at this trade, actually this one on the screen right here, this is the daily time frame. There is a clear breakout right here, so very nice breakout. Aggressive candle. Volume is good, not the best, but it is good. As a matter of fact, you often hear me say the setup isn't that good, but the candle makes up for it. You'll hear me say things like that if you watch maybe even the prior video to this one. You'll hear me say something like that in regards to some of these setups, and that's the problem right there. I kind of justify the trade here and say, well, like for example, this volume wasn't the best. It was good, but it wasn't the best, or there wasn't much resistance, but the candle made up for it. You'll hear me say things like that, and that's the problem right there. For example, if you look at the honest trade, I mean, where is the breakout here? If you're not familiar with my strategy, I look for an aggressive green candle, number one. Number two, I look for breakouts. Number three, the volume. So the volume is there, the aggressive green candle is there, but where's the breakout? There is absolutely no breakout on this trade, and that's the problem right there. I analyzed all the trades here, especially these last consecutive 7 losses, and I found out that some of them are not even that good of a setup. They do not have good setups. They do not have the setup that I'm looking for, and that's the problem right there. So NUP was a prime setup of a good setup. Nice breakout here, even if it's just 1 point, it's still a nice breakout or a decent breakout. The volume is decent, candle was good, and that's that. This setup was good. I actually have a list here of ideal setups here and included this one because I just added it today. So here's 4 stocks that I think were really prime setups here. So for example, this one, again, 1 touch point here, it's still some form of resistance. It could be stronger and bigger, but it was still some form of resistance, and we broke out of that level easily, closed above it, aggressive volume, aggressive candle, and it was just a perfect setup here. So this is what I'm aiming for, and what do you know, it just completely rocketed up to the upside in a matter of 3 days, 2 days. So that's really nice to see right there. And here's another one. Here's another prime setup here. So we have the resistance over here, really strong resistance over here. The price is getting rejected at this level, and then I don't know where we get this explosive candle here. This could have closed a little bit higher, not gonna lie, but I think the main focus is just the breakout here. I may even say that just getting down the breakout, you already be minimizing your losses by a large degree, in my opinion. But obviously that combined with the beautiful aggressive candle and volume, you just can't get a better setup than that. So this is a prime setup right here. Another one would be INNV. I mean, it doesn't get any beautifuler than this. A nice breakout above this little wedge pattern. Good candle right here. Explosive volume, and the price just continuing to move up as we speak today. And NUP, we already talked about it, and that's pretty much it. That's my problem right now. The goal is to just lock in, and hence why we also didn't take a trade today. We were looking at 2 decent setups today. I have them right here, I think. Let's see. So we're looking at 2 setups today. This one would have been a FBLG, I think it is. Yeah, this one would have been a prime beautiful setup had we closed above this level right here. Let me just draw it out real quick for you guys. So if we had closed above this level, which is a 3-point resistance line here, we would have been looking at a really good setup here. But of course the candle needed to close a little bit higher, and it just didn't. So that's good on my part. I didn't even put it on our watch list today. So there was no watch list, there was no good setup whatsoever. This one would have been another good one to trade here. We had explosive volume, nice candle, although the price just simply did not get above these levels over here. And these are important levels because often you'll see me actually take trades like this that are sitting right at the resistance level without having even broken that resistance level. So that's not a good thing. Definitely gotta keep an eye on the setups here, even if that means that I won't take a trade in a couple of days. I have all the time in the world, I have all the patience in the world. There is no reason for me to be forcing trades like I have been. So that's my verdict right there. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on the setups, specifically the breakouts. The candles, I think I have them decently good, the volume as well, but really just the breakout. I think breakouts surpass elephant candles or even volume, especially volume. The volume is definitely third priority, but I'm going to bring up the resistance levels, making sure the candles really close above them as number 1 priority. I'm going to end it right there. Hopefully it was a quick video. I don't even know how long it is, but again, this is still a profitable trade technically, even though we did endure 7 losses. Hopefully with my more conservative approach, of course focusing mainly on the resistance being broken, hopefully we do perform a lot better, and hopefully we make up a majority of these losses in a couple of trades. So with that being said, the Discord link is going to be in the description. Go ahead and join. I do have the full breakdown of the strategy here. Again, this does need some work, so go ahead and do your work, do your own due diligence. But go ahead and join the Discord. I do offer a watch list. These past days there was no watch list just because there was no good setup, especially today. I was more vigilant. If you have any recommendations, any ideas, go ahead and leave them down in the description. I'm completely open. I'll text you guys back at any time for advice, or maybe you have some advice for me. Go ahead and share that. Make sure to leave a like, you guys. Comment. Stay focused. I'll see you guys tomorrow.